for legal reasons that will become clearer later.
That will probably become clear later, like the French Revolution.
Hello friends, and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily Reddit content anywhere on the internet. Promise, swearsies, it's just a fact, and it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up. Today we are jumping into r/NiceGuyStories. Now we have covered Nice Guys before, but it's mostly been like text messages and memes. This time we're jumping into stories which are generally told by somebody else, so not directly from the weirdo's mouth, but still is good enough for me. There should be some good cringe to be had, and obviously it's closely related to Neckbeard stories. Nice Guys and Neckbeards, extremely close relatives. The Venn diagram is basically a circle for all intents and purposes. So I picked out a couple of these top posts of all times, and I guess we'll see how it goes. You guys can let me know if you like the story format or the meme format better, and I will take that into consideration the next time that I decide to cover some Nice Guys. We got a hefty story at the end, but we're gonna start it out slow, so don't you worry one little bit. We'll get some plugs and disclaimers out of the way, and then we will dive into some Nice Guy Stories cringe. I talked to this guy for a couple of hours, and now he wants to move across the country to be together. Yeah, that's a red flag, all right. In other words, a lesson in being too forgiving with men who are being weird. Seems to happen more often than it should. A few days ago, I got a friend request from this guy. I didn't immediately recognize him, but we had a few mutuals, and I saw that he was Latter-day Saints, so I figured that the worst that would happen is that I'd get a message about joining the church or whatever. He messaged me later that night to ask how I was doing. I responded, and we had a relatively superficial and casual conversation, and nothing really alarming goes on. He brings up school and tells me that he's waiting to transfer to a BYU school in my state, and I was like, yeah, cool. I know basically nothing about that school other than Mormons, and he tells me, that's fine. I just figured it would be nice to know someone where you're from. And yeah, I agreed, since he'd be moving almost halfway across the country if he transferred, and the conversation basically ended there for the night. Then the next day, I get a good morning message from him, and again, we just have a casual conversation of, hey, how are you? I'm doing good. You? Oh, same, cool. And that's about it. But this is where it gets weird. He asks if I had any plans for the day, and he told me that he had plans to see a friend. And then he told me not to worry, he wasn't seeing a girl. I was like, okay, weird, but I figured it was just a one-off comment. Well, it wasn't. He continued to send me similar reassurances throughout the day. He let me know he was going to the store, but don't worry, he was just with family. Oh God, I love it already. I didn't get a text from him for a good few hours, and he tells me he took a road trip, but don't worry, he was with his guy friends. He then sends me a good night message and tells me he's spending the night at friends, but don't worry because there's no girls around. At this point, I don't think it's out of line to ask what the hell he's talking about. Why do you feel the need to tell me this? And then he'll be like, aren't you gonna be my girlfriend? And you'd be like, no, dude. Are you nuts? Of course not. That was never established at any point. And then he told me that he was happy that God put me in his life. Mind you, this was literally the second time that we ever talked. Ever. Oh, you didn't know about God's plan, OP? Yep, you're the plan. Good job. Congratulations. I told him that I wasn't worried because there was nothing to be worried about. And I reminded him that this was literally The second time we've ever had a conversation with each other. I thought that'd get him to back off, but then Valentine's Day comes around and he asks how it went for me. And then he says that he wishes we could have been together in my state. I told him point blank that I wasn't looking for a relationship. And then he says, that's fine. Let's just remain faithful and honest and we'll see where things go. Bleh. I stopped responding after that. Probably a good move. Anyway, this all happened over the span of like 3 days. I know Mormons have a tendency to move fast, but damn, dude. Yep, he's a psychopath, all right. Although, you know, he mostly was probably looking for something because it was around Valentine's Day. He looked at the calendar. He's like, February 11th? Shit, I gotta develop a meaningful relationship in just 3 days. Or speed running marriage, bro. Oh, what a nut job. I absolutely love it. It's short, it's sweet, but, you know, that doesn't make it any less cringe. But anyways, I think we're nice and warmed up now, so we'll go ahead and hit it with the big one right now. Nice guys of OnlyFans. Oh, snap. There's a lot of simping going on there, I'm gonna tell you. We were talking in the Discord about making a video on Instagram comments because there's so many beta orbiters there, and I'm sure it's even worse on OnlyFans. I think Walter Fate mentioned something about OnlyFans comments being super wild, and somebody's like, you have to pay to leave them, so that makes complete sense, which I was unaware of, as I've never participated in OnlyFans, but I guess it does make sense. If you got to pay to leave that comment, then leave one that sticks out, even if it only sticks out because you're being a complete psychopath. But I guess we'll see how this one devolves. Hello, people of Reddit. Boy, oh boy, do I have a story for you today. This is the story of Calvin, name changed for obvious reasons, and how he duped me. But I did get my revenge. Calvin is like the perfect name. It would not surprise me if his actual name is Calvin. Now, with this whole pandemic going on, I was laid off work. And despite being put on government assistance, I needed the extra cash to help pay some bills, so I'm not scraping by, and some help with Christmas time. So I joined OnlyFans at the end of May of this year. Can you smash together OnlyFans and unemployment? Is that legal? Whatever, I guess. As long as you're making ends meet, sure, why not? Now, a lot of my clients are absolute dolls. They are a true blessing to me. They're good tippers, and they pay for every pay-per-view message, and they even suggest me to their friends. I know that's hard to believe, but it is true. I guess it's not that hard to believe if you're making good content, you know what I mean? They're like, hey bro, check this out. It's only $8 a month or something. I don't actually know. I spend most of my days promoting and making content. Oh, we are just two peas in a pod. I post teasers on my Snapchat, and that is how I met Calvin. Now, Calvin added my snap from one of the OnlyFans promotion groups that I'm on Facebook. All was fine and dandy. The more people I add on Snap means there's more people to see my promoting, and hopefully they end up joining my OnlyFans, which in the end equals more money in my pocket. But Calvin wasn't like the rest of my customers. He didn't want to join my OnlyFans, but he wanted some custom content, which wasn't a problem. $500 to sit on a cake? Hell yeah, I'm gonna do that. We agreed that he'd pay through PayPal and I'd send the content through Snap. He spent a decent amount of money on things. A few dollars here, a few dollars there, and it all added up. But it all came to a head one day. Calvin and I talked for most of the day for a few days before he made this request. He wanted to do a one-on-one FaceTime chat with mutual self-pleasuring. I'd watch him, He'd watch me. I gave him a price for this, how long it would last, and a date and time for when this would all happen. He agreed with everything, especially the price, and I made up a contract for him to sign and send back to me, for legal reasons that will become clearer later. I had the gut feeling that this was going to be too good to be true, but I chalked that up to nerves since this is the first time that I would be doing a one-on-one FaceTime with a customer. Videos are way different than being live with someone. Well, ain't that the truth? The power of editing is so strong, man. If you see my live streams, you know how much I screw things up. There's even some stuff that slips through editing, so you can probably tell how much of a mushmouth that I am. But basically, all I have to concentrate on is speaking, where this woman has to do some other things, probably at the same time. Anyways, when the time comes, I call him over Snapchat, and he answers. We do our thing. I told him that he only had an hour since I had other things to do, and he agreed that an hour would be fine. And before anyone asks, yes, I got the money up front before we did anything. Another lesson that I learned the hard way. Ouch. Anyways, Calvin's taking forever to finish. I'm doing everything I can possibly do to help him out, but nothing's happening. And that's when the timer went off and our session ended. Calvin wasn't happy. He proceeded to try and call me a half a dozen times before just raging in our chat. I didn't exactly ignore him, but like I said, I have other things that I needed to do. I had to do my grocery shopping and some cleaning, adult shit. Well, Calvin obviously doesn't see you as a person. You're a pleasure robot that he paid for the services of. And I'm sure it will only devolve because of that outlook. Now, imagine this. I'm minding my business in the cereal aisle of Walmart, and all I can feel is my phone frantically vibrating in my pocket. Unbeknownst to me, it was all Calvin. Finally, I got fed up and checked to see who was trying to get a hold of me so badly. If I thought I was annoyed before, boy, I was beyond annoyed now. Calvin was spamming my Snapchat and continuing to try and FaceTime me. OP, is there something else I can help you with? Calvin, why did you end the call? OP, the hour was up. Calvin, but I didn't come. Sad face. Oh, there's something about that sentence with a sad face at the end. It just cracks me up. OP, I know. I'm sorry, but I have other things to do, and you agreed. 1 hour. Calvin, but I didn't come. OP, again, I am sorry. Calvin, can we do it again? OP, yeah, but it'll cost you. Calvin, no. OP, no. Calvin, I didn't come. I'm not paying for another chat. OP, then you're not getting one. Sorry. I run a business and we had an agreement. I agreed on 1 hour, not until you got your rocks off. You got what you paid for. This did not go over well with Calvin. He was pissed. Now I like to think that I was reasonable. We had an agreement that the session would last only 1 hour. He agreed to this, and that's what he got. Nowhere in our agreement did it say that the session would last until he got off. He got what he paid for, contractually. 1 hour of me watching him and him watching me. So if he wanted another session, he would have to pay for another session. I left the conversation at that and finished doing my shopping, then went to the Starbucks drive-thru for my s'more for pay. When I got home, I did my thing, put my groceries away, cleaned up a bit, then I finally sat down to relax a bit. I decided to move the money from my PayPal to my bank. That's when I saw it. Calvin had refunded all the money that he paid me. $375 was refunded. So I did the only rational thing I could think of, and I asked him about it. OP, hey, did you refund my money on PayPal? Calvin, yeah, I did. OP, why? Calvin, cause you're a scamming bitch. OP, how did I scam you? Calvin,
You ended the call before I could come.
OP, that's not scamming you. You agreed to the terms and conditions of our session. 1 hour. That's it. Calvin,
Joke's on you. I screen recorded all the stuff you sent me and our call. I got your for free now.
now I was beyond pissed. Not only did he refund all the money that he paid me, he recorded my content. I know, it's kind of the territory of sex work, but that doesn't make it okay. Well, here's the thing. I know my I know what's legal and what's not legal, and I made up a contract for him to sign and date before I ever did the FaceTime call. It specifically said that he wasn't allowed to screenshot or record our session, as well as how long it'll last and when it will happen. He proceeded to sign that paper, agreeing to my terms and conditions. I only do that for one-on-one FaceTime calls, since there can be a bit more legality to it. Besides the contract, him, unknowingly to me, recording all that stuff is considered revenge porn, which is very much illegal. OP, Calvin, delete my stuff right now. Calvin,
Nah, I'm gonna post it and get some coin off of it.
OP, that's against the law. If you do it, I will press charges. Calvin,
Stupid hoe. Think I give a damn about you? To take one look at your OnlyFans and drop the charges. You're nothing but a hooker, selling your body for a dime. That stank coochie. Try me. Selling your used up coos, that's all you're good for. Keep sucking for $1, little girl.
well, you got the contract, you've got the text acknowledgement of said contract. The judge is going to hang him out to dry, basically, especially if it's a lady judge. Now, old me probably would have gone off on him, but new me was smarter than that. I myself took screenshots of our conversation. Yep. Half to show my best friend the absolute audacity of this, and the other half was to blacklist him in every group that promotes models of OnlyFans, since he's in like 99% of the same ones that I'm in. Trust me, I see him thirsting after other models all the time. I also got the information that I needed from his Facebook profile, the area of the city he's from, where he works, his phone number. Damn, dude. People on Facebook just doxing themselves. All that jazz just in case I needed to press charges. Calvin was not happy when I posted our conversations to the groups, tagging him in the posts as well. I warned the other girls about him in case he's done this to other girls or for girls that he planned on doing this to, and he went off on me in the comments. He said,
It wasn't fair that I posted our private conversations.
oh, the irony. One of his golden comments went something like this.
Stupid OnlyFans hoes think they're slick. I'll ruin all of you. I'll post this content on your Facebook walls for your family and friends to see. I'll DM your mom or your dad that they raised a no-good whore. Stupid. Always get what they want. I paid her and she scammed me. 1 hour video chat for $100? That's a ripoff. No one wants your loose coos. That's why you're only on OnlyFans. Catfishing people out of their money. Scam. You scammer.
Yep, that was a direct quote from his comment. I got a screenshot of it before he was banned from the groups. A few of the regulars in my group saw the post and decided to leave me great big tips in hopes that it wouldn't deter me from doing special requests for them like I did for Calvin. I ended up making more than triple the amount that Calvin had paid me. I also pressed charges against him, and we went to court back in November. He was fined $5,000 and sentenced to 6 months in jail. Oh boy. Let's just say I got the last laugh. But yeah, that's the story of how nice guys can be found anywhere, but especially OnlyFans. and how one tried me and it basically backfired in his face. Hope you enjoyed my story. I know it's hard to believe. Sometimes I think it's all just a nightmare, but it did in fact happen, and I did in fact win. Well, I have my suspicions that the post was mostly made for OP to promote her OnlyFans to some lonely guys in some nice guy subreddits. But if it is in fact true, then I guess I can only be pretty amazed at how deftly OP navigated the legality of the whole thing. I mean, making a contract is a smart thing to do, no matter what. If you're going to be working with someone in some capacity, then you need to have that safety net and outline basically what you're expecting of them, and they should probably edit the contract and say what they're expecting of you. Most people don't do that. They just sign the contract and give it back. But contracts are a negotiation, so really you should read it over, be like, okay, well, here's my revisions, but I suppose this is what happens when you think with your pee-pee, isn't it? Dude probably believed that OnlyFans is, you know, illegal or something like that, which it isn't. Prostitution is illegal unless you record it. Unless you record it for distribution purposes. But yeah, selling nudies, nudie pictures, especially nudie pictures of yourself, that's not illegal. So this dude probably should have done his homework as well, or at least, you know, taken that 1 hour of recorded footage that he had and used it to get himself off, you know? The footage is still there. It's still good. I mean, I assume it was good. It was OP's first time, but really, I mean, how bad could it have possibly been that the dude, like, physically couldn't do it within 1 hour? Bruh. Somebody's got a problem here. I don't know which one of you twos it is, but you need to work it out. And so they did in the court system. What a story, Mark. Good Lord. Oh, that's an edgy episode. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, I hope you like, comment, and or subscribe. Yes, indeed. Maybe share it around if you're trying to spread the laughs, spread the cringe, spread the laugh cringe. Animations are by Darkly Studios. His link is in the description. Over on Twitter, we also got Wifey's channel, Mr. and Mrs. ReddX. My personal subreddit, r/ReddX Reads. My Teespring, if you're trying to rock the merch. We also got the Amazon affiliate link. Currently, it goes to my microphone. But if you buy anything after clicking that link, then it kicks me a couple bucks, which is pretty cool. I appreciate it. You get the thing that you need, and, you know, it's win-win. We also got social media links down there. Twitter, Discord, Facebook, etc. Oh, how could I almost forget about my gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful, generous patrons? Yes, indeed. You're seeing some names, and I'd like to thank them all, but especially ZeroMMX, Lady Nix, Robert Waits, Cider Drinker, Tato Fair, The Last Shinobi, Mark 211, Aaron W, Mitch, John Hero, Candy Sora, Fire Drake, Little Lone Wolf, Miss Monday, Silent Revolver, JM Coon, Leon Embers, TSM Kirby, Redwind, Synaptic Boomstick, Jerry, Staples, Yeet, Cake Jerry. That's a different Jerry. Nat One, Nick, Tamago, Jelly Donut, and a new friend joins the fray, L. Iverson, or as I'll be calling you, Liverson. If you hate the name, just let me know in the comments. I'll change it to whatever you want. I just think that's kind of funny. Oh, this video might get demonetized. I'm really not sure about it. It's pushing the envelope, so patrons do help me push back against that demonetization, which is obviously a big help. And if you could join them in supporting, that is absolutely massive. I thank you very much in advance. But if you can't right now, don't sweat it too hard, friends. I just appreciate you coming on through, hanging out with me, and I hope that you'll come on back and hang out with me again tomorrow. Because really, the views is how my beard stays buttered. In order to join us again, you'll need to wash your hands, keep yourself safe, but also take some time out and do something that you personally enjoy today. Maybe watch some more ReddX videos? Good idea. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, and you definitely deserve it. I will see you in the next one. And until then, friends, bye-bye.